What's up, guys? Welcome into another MPC podcast. It's been a while, but there's been a lot of crazy things that's gone on with my sports teams over the last few weeks. Biggest one probably is the Maxx Crosby trade that didn't end up going down, and the Ravens blew that one up, and they have got a lot of criticism from it, and especially coming out that the way they handled Maxx Crosby and the whole situation, the way he explained on his podcast, The Rush, it's just crazy to me how it all went down. We're going to get into my North Carolina Tar Heels. Hubert Davis should be gone. The Lakers, are they actually contenders now? They're on a heater. And the San Francisco Giants returning to the playoffs this year. We're going to see. But let's start off with the Raiders. First of all, the Maxx Crosby deal. I'm happy it didn't go through. Maxx Crosby is a Raider. He's the definition of a Raider. And he was meant to be a Raider. When it initially went down, it makes sense why the Raiders want to make this trade. They're more of on a rebuild, and getting those 2 first-round picks, one this year, one next year, made all the sense in the world, as they still have areas on this team that they need, even after going after top free agents in this draft. In this free agent class. That is something we haven't seen the Raiders do in a while, and they've been attempting to do that for many, many years, but these free agents didn't want to come in and play for the Raiders. Now that has changed. Dean, we got even Naylor from the Vikings. That was the type of guy we couldn't even get back, even though he's not seen as a true number one. That's another guy we just couldn't get. These wide receiver 2s and 3s who weren't coming here. And to top it off, Linderbaum, the top center, probably the top free agent, the top offensive lineman in this free agency class, came to Las Vegas and will be here at least for the next 3 years. He's still young, 25. He did have to overpay, but he's young. He's young. We had the money to spend. Make it clear he is the anchor of this offensive line. He is the guy we went after. And he's going to be the reason why we win more games than a lot of people are going to have us down next year. To top it off, we get Walker from the Packers. Wow, another great addition. We re-signed our top cornerback from last year, and Stokes. That was a big one for us too. And we're going to see all these moves now that we're going to make. We signed a couple here, a couple there. Maxx Crosby's back on that defense as well. So a lot of exciting coming out of Las Vegas. But the way it went down with the Ravens, Maxx Crosby coming out and saying he wasn't greeted by someone in the organization when he landed in Baltimore. He didn't see the GM for some time in Baltimore. He was waiting and the energy fell off and all that. Maxx Crosby's not going to lie about these things. Maxx Crosby, honest man, believe his words. He has no reason to lie. He's the best defensive player in the league, and why would he lie about that? And another one is the traffic that he got into in Baltimore that sent him from the airport, I believe, to Washington, D.C., to the Ravens facility. But just the way they handle all that stuff, they knew that his knee was banged up. He was probably not going to pass the physical. It's just them doing business. Nothing about it was wrong on their side. But the thing is, the way they went about it, the way they handled it, and the way they conducted it. Like, you tell a team like the Raiders, when they have high stakes of getting these 2 first-round picks, and then you back away from it. And luckily, the Raiders had the money to sign all these players and still add Maxx Crosby back. Because if they didn't, they're going to have to go back and tell one of these free agents that they signed that, hey, the deal's off. We can't pay you, and good luck finding a new team. And it would have been worse for the Raiders. That is the thing that most teams are looking at, and I believe this is going to hurt the Ravens in the future when they come and try to trade with another team. In the future, even now, teams are going to be hesitant to, make that trade with them now, just because of all the situation with Maxx Crosby. But they are getting a lot of heat for it, and we're just going to move into the draft. And this team is being built the right way. A lot of credit to John Spytek, Kent Kubiak, Tom Brady, Mark Davis for letting these guys run this and making it clear that he wants his football guys making the decisions. Next up, we've been hearing this week, Fernando Mendoza, not the best quarterback out of this draft class by one former NFL quarterback. NFL analyst, expert Dan Orlovsky saying that Ty Simpson is the best quarterback in this draft. And get me, I'm an Alabama fan. I get it. Ty Simpson played Alabama, but he wasn't the best quarterback in this draft class. It's clearly Fernando Mendoza is the best quarterback in the draft class. He outdueled Simpson in the Rose Bowl, man. Simpson, he could be a great quarterback. Mendoza could be a great quarterback too. They could both be bad. They could both be bad. One be good, one be bad. But as we seen it play out, Mendoza better film. I don't know what Dan Orlovsky's seen. And I have a feeling ESPN is making them say this stuff, man, just to have a, clickbait or get the opposite side because everyone's going with Mendoza. And since the Raiders have the number 1 pick, there's been a lot of things going on. Like they should trade the pick. At first, it was like trade the first overall pick to get more picks and go about the quarterback some other time. And Mendoza this, Mendoza that. It's like they don't want Mendoza to go to the Raiders. They want to see him as a Jet or something. It's not going to happen. The Raiders are locked in with Mendoza. They're going to take him. And Dan Orlovsky, out of all people coming out and saying this, it's just insane. I'm not saying that Ty Simpson can't play or he's not a good prospect quarterback. He is a good prospect quarterback. He's going to go probably in the first round to some team. I'm just saying you can't sit here and say Mendoza isn't the best quarterback in this draft class. It's just unclear, man. I don't know what's going on there in ESPN, but they got that one wrong. And like I said, I think they're just telling them to say this stuff at this point. But Mendoza is going to be a Raider. A lot of excitement coming out. We're likely going to take him. I'll be shocked if they don't take him number 1 overall. With a month from now or almost a month from now, the NFL draft's going to start and they're going to make it official with Mendoza. Now let's move on to something a lot of people are talking about in college basketball. As you guys know, I'm a Tar Heels fan. We got bounced in the first round of the NCAA double tournament without our best player, of course. But that is not a reason why, man, you want Hubert Davis gone. All the stuff that's happened before. That run in 2022 was a great one, but that was many years ago. He also blew a 15-point lead. I believe it was a 15-point lead in that game. And now he blows a 19-point lead against VCU in the tournament. It's just unacceptable. The way it went about it too, not playing his subs, playing with only 7. Come on, man. You gotta, especially when you're up that much, you gotta give some guys at least a little minute or 2 extra on the bench, Bring them in when this team starts making a comeback. But no, you didn't make those adjustments. And then in 2023, we came back as the preseason number 1. And we missed the tournament completely. Unacceptable. The year after that, we get bounced in the Sweet 16 as the number 1 seed. And last year, we barely made the tournament in the first 4. And then we got bounced in the first round. Which a lot of people said we shouldn't have gotten in the tournament last year. And this year, you're rolling in the last 2 weeks. You find out your best player got hurt. And then you go about it losing badly to Duke. Both last game of the year. The ACC tournament. And you blow a 19-point lead. It's just not that, but this team is one of the worst free throw shooting, if not the worst free throw shooting team in Division 1 under Hubert Davis. Unacceptable. It's just not that fire that you're used to seeing from this North Carolina team that we have seen in the past with other teams, I think it's time for a change. They should let go of Hubert Davis. Go with someone else. Either my option, bring in a well-known coach, pay what you got to pay for him, the buyouts and all that, or kick this thing all over. Marcus Page, great Tar Heel legend. Let him run this team. Let him build it. And we'll see, because I believe he has the fire to do it. I believe a high talented coach and well-named coach could come in and do it. And it's just time to move on. Just being real with everyone that's a Tar Heel fan. Just time to move on. Hubert Davis, thank you for all you did. It's not going to change if they keep him here. This team's still going to struggle free throw wise. It's going to struggle having that fire. It's going to struggle making adjustments. It's going to struggle when they have big leads like that. It's just unacceptable. Unacceptable. And the recruiting class next year is going to be great as well. But he's been struggling to find those recruits. Like we're seeing in Duke. We're seeing in Arizona. Other top, Kentucky and all that. Florida. Who else? Kansas. Another blue blood. Just unacceptable and time to move on. And yeah, with that being said, we'll move on to the association. The Lakers, man. And I'll be the first one to tell you. They're proving me wrong right now. They're coming off a win streak that ended to the Pistons. It's unacceptable still. They're out with their star, Cunningham. Cade, hope for the best. Hope you come back healthy and everything. And you lead this run for the Pistons. But for the Lakers, they're on a heater. They'll get the Pacers. and then they'll return home, I believe. And they're proving me wrong right now. Luka's playing defense, man. This man is playing defense, playing on his mind, playing like an MVP right now. And a lot of people saying, because his wife, took the kids too, This man's on a run right now, can't be stopped. He's playing defense. This Lakers team's playing defense. That's something we didn't see in the first 60 games of the, or I would say, like the first 50, maybe 50, 60 games. All of a sudden, they're turning it up in the right time. LeBron not crying about not having the ball in his hands, deferring to Austin Reeves and Luka. That's something we haven't seen LeBron do in his whole career until this year. A lot of credit for LeBron in that. Do I think they're contenders, though? I still don't. I hope they prove me wrong. They're likely going to be a top 4 seed in the Western Conference. But I just still believe in the playoffs. It's a different story, man. Teams prepare for a whole series against you. They're going to pick on LeBron. I'm going to say LeBron. They're going to pick on Reeves and Luka to play defense the whole time. And I think that's how they're going to lose. To win in the playoffs, they're going to have to have high-scoring games, which they can. But I just don't think it's sustainable in the playoffs. Offense, slows down a little bit. Defense gets better. And I just think it's going to be the same story as we've seen last year and the year before that, where they pick on the guards. And there's just better teams. Thunder, Spurs, 1-2. Then even like the Nuggets. And then you have teams that are on the come up too. Like, I wouldn't pick the Nuggets. I wouldn't pick the Lakers over the Nuggets. Then even possibly the Rockets team that we beat twice over the last week. I still don't like our chances against them. Then even a team that could sneak into playing games, But I just don't think we could roll with what we have and win an NBA championship. I don't believe that. I hope I get proven wrong because, me, I won't. In La La Land, you wear that purple and gold. There's expectations. Championship or bust every year. This is a championship team according to some. I don't see it that way, but I hope they prove me wrong. And LeBron, I think this is your last year with the Lakers, so I wouldn't mind seeing him leave with the championship, get his 5th ring of his career, and go back home to Cleveland or, play with Steph Curry and the Warriors. But a lot to go down, a lot to still see, and we're going to come back and see how these Lakers, either they prove me right or I was right the whole time. Prove me wrong, I was right the whole time. Then we got my San Francisco Giants. The MLB season's going to kick off. This year, the same expectations as last year. We have to make the playoffs. Anything other than that is a failure, complete failure for the San Francisco Giants. They have a new coach, Joey Vizquel, leading the way. First-year MLB coach. He has a great staff around him of veteran guys that have been coaches in MLB and know this game. The lineup is better than last year with key additions. We're going to find out if we bring one of our prospects up. I don't know if he's still seen as a prospect, but a top player in the system, in Aldridge. I'm surprised he didn't crack the opening day roster, but we're going to see him at some point because he's just going to have that much talent in AAA and not be called up to the major leagues. And the pitching staff, you know what Logan Webb's going to give you. He's one of the best pitchers in the MLB. Robbie Ray, he has the potential to be one of the best pitchers. And he's the veteran, and he's going to go out there and give you wins and go deep in games like he has throughout his career. And then the back end of the starting rotation, we're going to have to figure out. We brought in 2 guys that's going to compete. And then that 5th spot's still up for grabs, I believe. They're going to play it out, see how they go, in the first few months of the season. And I suppose you have something cooking in San Francisco, but anything less than the playoffs, we're not going to be happy. I predict a 90-72 season for this Giants team. And enjoy it, fans, because who knows? Maybe we're on a lockout next year, and this could be the last year that we see baseball, for a while. Other than that, great WBC, Team Venezuela. Congratulations to them. We got Arias in our team now, but big congratulations to them. They took out USA. USA took out my pick in the Dominican Republic. My country, man. And they proved everyone that, even the teams that they don't expect to win it, they can win it. That heart we seen was amazing. And it's just a great time. And I hope we're going to get that in the Olympics. And the next WBC is going to be the best of the best. And everyone's going to send their best because that's what it's all about. We want to see those best of the best players. They're going to go down as some of the greatest players in our time and in the history of MLB. We want to see them compete and go out there. Go out the bang. And we're going to see what's going to happen this year. So with that being said, thank you guys for watching once again, MPC. You guys have a great rest of your week, and God bless. I'm looking to see how the Lakers can prove me wrong. Thank you guys. Out.